I think a lot of people underestimate the power of a routine because it looks like from the outside something that you just have to do. You have to follow this, and it makes you feel like you're losing some sense of freedom by following a routine. Because what is a routine? Well, it's following a schedule, a set schedule, whether by yourself or somebody else gave it to you, like back when you were in school. So you just follow it. You look at the time, you do whatever is in that allotted time, and then you move to the next one, and then the next one. And you see, when you look at it that way, it does seem rather like rigid. It feels like, I don't know if I actually want to follow this because I want to do what I want to do. You see, but the thing is about a routine, especially when you design it for yourself and you're not following someone else's routine, like when you're in school or at a job, it's up to you. And it's actually more enjoyable to have the exact same thing every single day. Now, I know that it may seem like crazy because it's like, why would you want to do the same thing? Won't that get boring? Even if it's something that I chose for myself, won't it get boring that I do the same thing every single day? Well, all I could tell you is from experience. Having a routine that I do every single day has actually been so much more enjoyable for me because now I'm not thinking about what I need to do next. I just do it. You see, a lot of my day before was I had a general idea of what I wanted to do, right? I was like, okay, I want to do these good habits. Like I want to make sure that I read. I want to make sure that I exercise, go for a walk, all these kinds of things. But I didn't really have any set schedule for a long time. So I just kind of did it whenever I felt like in the day. So I was going by my feelings, not by the schedule. Then I started implementing this schedule. And what I noticed was actually crazy because I didn't think that I would actually enjoy the schedule at first. I heard things about it, but I was like, I don't really want to feel confined to a set time because I may want to change it. But one thing about the schedule is, especially when you're designing it, you can switch things around. When I say that, I mean you can switch things around after you've tried to see if it's working in the order that you've set for yourself. So for example, I started doing things where I was like, okay, I'm going to do my workout and then I do reading. I found that was working for me. But then there was other things that I was doing in a particular order in my schedule that I found actually was not helping. For example, I used to go for this walk and then I would do my work. And that didn't work for me. I would go for my walk and I'd feel like really great on the walk. As soon as I would get home, I'd feel pretty depleted of energy because, it's tiring to go on a walk. And when you get home, needing to do work can feel like too much of a task. So I found that I wasn't actually getting as much work done. It took me a long time to realize, but the moment that I did, I switched that in my schedule and I put the walk after the work. And now I'm getting so much work done. I'm becoming so much more productive in the morning. I'm doing 6 hours of deep work every single morning. And that's only because I've made this routine for myself. So the power of a routine is that you no longer have to keep thinking about when and what you're going to do. It's no longer this vague idea in your mind of some things that you need to do in the day, like this to-do list, but rather things that are implemented in different pockets of time. And when you just follow those things, you'll feel fulfilled. I can't explain exactly how it works and why it works this way. All I can tell you is that it actually does, and you will feel better because you'll feel proud of the fact that you're making progress towards your goals. Remember, when you're setting a schedule for yourself, it's because you chose to do that. It's because of things that you wanted to do. Now, of course, in your schedule, there may be things that you don't necessarily want to do, but you have to do them, right? But you could choose to look at it a different way. You could choose to say that you want to do them and you'll feel better about it, even if it is something that you have to do. The reason I'm saying this is because no matter what is on your schedule that you have to do, you can think of it in a different way. So for example, let's say I don't feel this way, but let's say I did, that I didn't enjoy this time that I have to do my deep work. Let's say I didn't enjoy that at all. Okay, so I could start saying to myself, like, I don't really want to do this, and I'll just put it off to the later part of the day. That's without a schedule. How do you think that I'm going to feel for the majority of the day? I'll be thinking about it the whole time. No matter what other enjoyable things that I'm doing, my mind is still going to be preoccupied with the fact that I know that I got to do this big task at the end of the day. But instead, and this is kind of like a separate topic in and of itself, but when you put that in the beginning of your day by scheduling it at this part of the day, you'll actually notice that once you get that done, you'll build up momentum and you'll feel positive. Even though it was this big task that you didn't want to do, the moment that you get it done, you're going to feel amazing because you're proud of yourself. And that carries over to every other area of your day. And that means the things that you genuinely enjoy will become even more fun. So that's the power of a schedule. That's the power of having a routine. And so if you've never done this before, I encourage you just to try it. And you may not know exactly where to start, but you got to just start somewhere. Start thinking about the things that you need to do in a day and that you want to do in a day. And try and think about when you should put them into your schedule. What times would make the most sense? You could start out somewhere and then find, like I said, it doesn't work for you. You find like that's not working. And you make these little distinctions each day. And then you say, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move that over here. I'm going to switch that over there because that reason, that made me do this first and I didn't like that. Oh, that worked. You get what I'm saying? So you start to think of it this way. And soon you're going to have a schedule that absolutely works for you instead of against you. And so I've been doing this for a little while now. I worked on a schedule basically back in October, and I've worked up to the point that I'm at now where I'm super happy with my schedule. It was crazy just how different it's been, even though the actual activities are pretty much the exact same. Just by switching the orders. By switching the order, I've been able to find a schedule that has worked for me. And it's amazing, and I actually enjoy it every single day. You wouldn't even believe just how enjoyable it is to wake up in the morning. I'm waking up at 6 a.m. and getting started on deep work. Not many people could say something like that, where they get up that early and actually feel excited for the day, actually enjoy it. But I'm telling you, it's because I designed my schedule and I've been able to shift things around till I got it exactly the way that I want it. So give it a try. I really hope that you take this advice, you start to see like, yeah, maybe I should have a schedule and just see where it takes you. I really think that it will work for you.